Well, good morning to you. It's dark 30 right now. I'm heading out to go to southeast of here where the records are plentiful, the water tastes good, the sheep are mighty nervous. We're going out to area where there were lots of small label Texas hillbilly, occasional rockabilly types. There was also a lot of rural blues distributed in that area, some even recorded. So this is nice. I like trips like this. Going solo today, and I don't have any leads to go to. Well, one possible. I don't know if I'll be back in that area in time. I'll catch them on another trip. It's nothing pressing. Okay, I did a U-turn. I see a sign for an estate sale. Now, I don't know if it's an old sign or a new sign. Oh, okay, 1.9 miles. Okay, for just a second, I thought that said 19 miles. Yeah, I can deviate 2 miles off the beaten path for this. It's pretty out here, isn't it? Splendor of East Texas. Even in the wintertime, it's got a bit of a charm to it. It's really fun in the spring and the fall when the mosquitoes come all out. Oh, this is neat. I like the old rock work there on that fence. Like the giant satellite thing that came up, the dish. Those sprouted up like mushrooms back in the 80s, I guess. Huh. Looks like I might be in business here. Estate sale. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, cool. Maybe there's a guy waiting behind the door with a leather mask and a sledgehammer. Chainsaw to follow. Hey, look at this. This place is jumping. Good. Might as well check her out. Oh, this is going to be good, I think. Put the garage out first. We'll take a look. Back to the trusty Rusty, and nothing there for me, but I really don't like to pass up an estate sale. Small town East Texas, it's a little after 9. Likely not much will be open. Gone are the days of people opening up at sunrise and closing at sunset, going home listening to the radio. No. Take the first left. Okay, she's going to interrupt my soliloquy here. That's quite all right. Yeah, I'm wishing places would open up earlier, be more convenient for me, and that's all that matters. Pretty little town square, though. There's Toyland. I'll pass. Don't need a law firm yet. Okay, what is this? Nah, hardware store. Sometimes it's hard to tell those from proper junk places, which that is not. Okay, I'm going to head back to the main highway eventually. We'll just see what's what. I didn't even see a proper antique store there. That is worrisome. You know, I'm not even sure where I am. I think I'm in Rusk. I remember they had the State Mental Hospital. That's what they were famous for. And they used to whoop our tails in football all the time when I was in high school. What is that? It's a cafe. I'm not hungry. Fairly soon, though. Okay, looks like that's a place. I was about to say things may be opening. I'm not sure if it was open. It said collectibles, but also it had a guy wandering around out in the front. Almost looked like he could be an extra off the Walking Dead or something like that, but hopefully that's not the case either. Now I suppose it's closed. There's a truck there, but also a sternly worded sign to no trespassing, keep out, etc. I'll do another slow drive-by. If I see somebody, I'll ask. There was somebody there wandering around, though. So I've yet to really start my day. I don't consider it starting until about 10 o'clock or so, when places start opening. I'm always hoping for the odd estate sale. We've already hit one today. Junk stores sometimes open up earlier, so that's how you got to do it. It's early garage sales, estate sales, junk shops, people that flag you down because they see the sign on the side of your Honda saying, I buy old records. And then after things start opening at 9:30 or 10, then you start hitting those places. Record stores, as I've said before, usually open up, I don't know, 11 o'clock to noon, sometimes later. We all know how weird record store people are, and just record people in general. Let's keep going. Now I'm in country that I like here. We're back on a little 2-lane, left the main US highway. Cows. And it's marvelous out here. I just have to watch out if I see a garage sale not to just throw the brakes on without checking my rear view mirror. I also have that little front and back dash cameras like they have in Russia. If you ever get on YouTube and watch those, they're kind of entertaining. The crashes documented on these. Haven't had to use mine yet for anything as such, but yeah, this is the kind of place I like to be looking. All I need is one junk store that has a stack of 45s to make my whole day right. And I've had a little bit of success lately. I was going through a bit of a dry spell, but that's to be expected. And I've arrived here to my destination. Then I'm just going to hit the area all I can, try to clean out what's here, and then I'm going to go to a different route heading home. That's normally the way I do it. It's a pretty area. I mean, not this part, but the whole area is kind of pretty. Okay, here's my first stop. I don't know if they've opened yet. If they haven't, I'll wait around just a few minutes. Stretch my legs. Reshape my rear end. Okay, I'll leave them to holler at each other there in the front. I'm going to do some looking. If you're into comic books, this must be the place. I'm really not. I'll read them, yeah. But collecting and paying a lot for them? No. Can't imagine. 45s. Going both hands now. I found a handful. A little bit of bluegrass, one fairly common rockabilly record, a couple of mystery meat things, which is the main thing I'm looking for if I can't find an out-and-out rarity. So we're going to just hit the road though and keep going. Well, let's check this one out. This is a kind of a nice, kind of a, I don't know, higher class antique mall area, but you do find 78s and such. But it's been a couple of years probably since I've been out here. Maybe they're going to be slumming it a little bit and put up some things that I would like to find. That's a long light, isn't it? Oh well. I found the places I need to be, and I found a parking spot. I just went past, excuse me, I need more coffee. Went past Freedonia Street. That's only one E in Freedonia. My record company is Freedonia. Well, there's a connection maybe. Back in the vaudeville days, I don't know, in the teens maybe, Groucho Marx was doing a vaudeville comedy tour, and I think he got stuck here for a long time. In between trains, shows, etc., and was having to scuffle around apparently to find work. And he actually remembered enough about this town, Nacogdoches, to put it in his memoirs. So when they did Duck Soup, that fine movie, back in, I don't know, 31 or so, 32. You can correct me on that, I don't care. They had a mythical country that was called Freedonia with 2 E's. And that's where I got the name for my record company. And everybody's glad to see me. Ain't that great? Well, they've really gentrified this area. I prefer it more nasty. But I see way up ahead, Antiques Open, and then I see a Goodwill on up ahead. So I'm going to go up that way. Do a little walking too. That's not going to harm me unless I walk out in front of a SUV again. I've done that once. It was a low-speed impact. It taught me a lesson. Not really, I doubt it did. Well, I took about 4.5 to 5 minutes of inside my pocket type video, so brother producer's going to enjoy editing that out. Well, cool. Nothing at the last place. Just a little small handful of records. This place looks about the same. Maybe it's got stuff. I don't know. However, will we find out? Well, nothing at that place. We're going to hit the next one. It's not to say there are no 45s. I'm finding all sorts of 45s to look at. Just nothing that I have to have. I'm waiting for this slow soul to get out of the way or figure out what they're going to do. Hopefully not get rear-ended in the process. Okay, so I've gone to a couple more places. One was blasting music, so I didn't bother recording. I found a few 25-cent 45s, good honky-tonk stuff. Maybe one will be a surprise. Found a really nice 78, real dirty, cool Western swing smut song, and it was cracked right in half. That's a shame, isn't it? So, let's do a little fumble-fingered looking through here. Had a guy on one of the videos say, "Oh my, you passed up a good record. Shop around." Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll pass them up all day long. Musically, it's okay. But my mama told me not to buy the common stuff. Well, I don't mind popped in music if it's hot like that. No, it's not my thing, but it's a lot better than Christmas music or the ones that force you to listen to gospel music every time you walk in. Found one record so far, The Duels. It's a double-sided surfy rocking guitar instrumental. It's just $1. Not worth a whole lot more, but that stuff adds up. Well, I found one neat 45. I've got to see how warped it is. Humble Road Boogie by Curly Rash. I found a copy of that, which I think you folks saw me get not long ago. I didn't get the Curly Rash, though, and if I did, I wouldn't be broadcasting it to you fine folks. Well, that's good. I found 3 records by Ramblin' Red Bailey, who did some marvelous boozy 60s records. I think these might be some of them. He also recorded a custom record for Starday Records, I think in probably the early 60s, maybe late 50s. The Duels, Stick Shift, Humble Road Boogie by the Curly Rash. And then sound-alike of one of Elvis's Son songs, I Forgot to Remember to Forget Her. And it even mentions Charlie Feathers as one of the writers. And so that wasn't bad at all. Starting to amass a bit of a stack here that I'm starting to feel a little better about. I'm going to keep looking. Let's go. Well, I finally found a good record today. I don't know the value yet, but it's on a well-known rockabilly label. Did a lot of hillbilly. Eddie Burt, Rock Mock. Sounds like a piano rocker. Oh, I'm right about that, aren't I? Well, today's been the day for the $1.45. That's what they've all cost, I think. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. Now I am encouraged. Well, hooray, it has started raining. I was afraid it wasn't going to. Well, we're gonna cruise on over towards Crockett. That's about 40 some odd miles away. Trying to take a route back that I don't drive so often. Okay, so I've almost outrun the rain. This is a pretty area, a little town called Kennard. I don't think there's anything here. Hoping there is. We're gonna check it out, of course. And I'm almost to Crockett, Texas. I remember them. They used to whoop our tails in football when I was in high school. Pretty much everybody did, though. We had no quarterbacking and no coaching to speak of. Let's look downtown here if we can get through the throngs. And I blinked and I missed the town. Ha! Okay, so I've arrived at Crockett. Rain's caught back up with me. So I'm going to hit this little town, hit all 4 points of the compass if I can. And I do know there's things in this town since I found records here in the past. It's been quite a while since I've been here. Let's hit the downtown, then let's hit all the outlying areas. It's only a little after 3, but I'm fast running out of area that I haven't been in recently. It's a pretty little town. Narrow streets, lots of trees, houses, stuff. There's downtown. All right, let's go hit it. I don't remember where things are here in town, but let's just document what we've got. Might have to check that consignment place out in a little bit. And there's a place that says antiques, but I don't think it's open, but I'm going to walk over there and see. I need to walk anyway. It's supposed to be good for me. Okay, I'm out walking a bit. Went to one place, they sent me to another, and they've sent me to another. Fortunately, it's all within hoofing distance. Bear Hall. Us bears have to get together and meet too, huh? Well, went through some 78s there, all big band and pop, but I handed out a card. They have more records somewhere. Maybe I'll get the call and I'll go out there and sometime and look at some records. I don't mind driving out here again. It's really pretty. It's not flat land like around Dallas. The lady in a store back there said there was a big orange building, maybe that's it, some sort of emporium, fancy word, that has hundreds of records. Well, looks like that could be the place. Oh, heck yeah, if it says Junkin' for Joy, I'm in. Definitely, that's music to my ears. Antiques Emporium. Well, she told the truth there, didn't she? Well, I did excellent. Found some really neat things, and I'm going to go into the next spot here. I think this is the last place in this town, so I'll try to make time to the next burg and see what turns up. I'll show you what I got when we get out to the car, if I deem that I have enough time. There's some LPs. You might think I miss stuff. I don't miss, unless I want to. I'll check those boxes because I'm looking for record cutters and tape recorders and amplifiers and tube stuff. Oh well. Well, I'm ever so pleased. I got a neat 78 record of Make with a Shake by the Mark IV. The flip side's called 45 RPM. It's a 78. Aren't they clever? And then just early Hank Williams on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. It did not sell when he put that one out, and in fact from then on, any record that he deemed unsellable, he'd call it another Pontchartrain. And then Lillian Offutt on Excello, but the real prize here is this kind of gnarly TNT record sleeve. TNT record sleeves are rare. They don't turn up. This one's got ads for the polkas. I don't care. I'll do a little restorative work. Then we've got some things here. Danny Ross on minor, Too Much Town to Paint. Second copy. Another straight country record by Danny, To My Aunt Sue. Danny Ross. These came out of his estate sale. Then I've got there's a Crockett, Texas record from after 1964, since it has a zip code, by Gary Josie. Don't know the record. James Davis, soul record. Valley Boys Nighthawk, I'm not for sure. Couple of country instrumentals by Johnny Lee that are real clean. Gold Star recording, recorded down in Houston. So I'm going to play the Danny Ross, see if it's a rocker or not. Probably not, but he did some. Let's just find out.
Just like the farmer's dove.
It's straight country, but it's not bad country.
You seem to think you drive just like the farmer. I can smile at
Well, I'm looking for the guitar solo, which is not there. Anyway, that's one of his obscure ones. It's not the hard one that he did that everybody's after, but that's a good label that Mickey Gilley made a real expensive rare record on, and some other great things. All right, well, it's just about 5 o'clock. They're probably rolling up the sidewalks everywhere now here in Texas, so this may be the end of the day for me. Getting dark, and it's going to rain probably some more in just a little bit. Likely that's all the looking I'll be able to do today. I am going to go through the downtown area of this town coming up, and I did real well here about a month ago when I came through. Didn't intend to come back through so early, but one does what one must, and I must. So maybe if I can find a store open, I can do one last frenzied search for records. That's all I ever want to do, really. So if I don't get to look anymore and I got to shut this down, thanks for accompanying me on this trip. I buy old records. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, put out flyers on the street, take out ads in the paper, radio, whatever. Let them know. I'll be seeing you. Well, it's sure like for you to like and subscribe. I do most anything, baby, offer you a bribe. But I'm kind of broke now, so we'll let that slide on by. Well, you're here anyway, so baby, give it a try. Please hit that subscribe button. Don't make me demean myself like this more.